All right, as expected and discussed this morning during the pre-market prep live stream, we did have a pretty quiet session. Now, that being said, there still were some solid opportunities. Let's go ahead and break down the action in ES today. Essentially, we're coming into the day with a gap down. You could see Friday's close up here near the 44.30 area. Gap down. There was some news Friday afternoon, bit of a gap down, not all that surprising given the massive trend day that we saw on Friday. However, the location of the gap is always important to consider. So gap down about into that 44.20 area, that 44.15 area was where the open was. Traded a bit higher into some of Friday's structure, rejected there, bit of selling off of the open. Look where we started to catch a bid. Now, this is very significant as far as market structure is concerned. So we have the prior breakout point in this 44.06, kind of 44.10 area. Now, 44.10 was mentioned as the main focus level for today's session, and that is because that is the recent high, that is the breakout point right through here. So we pull back into that 44.10 area. You do also have some structure from Friday there. That's what this white line is, highlighting Friday's kind of pullback that held before a new high was made. So 44.06 going to be kind of a zone of interest, if you will, that 44.06 into 44.10. And essentially what we wanted to see was whether or not buyers are going to defend this zone. Now, in addition to the structural importance of that level, what we also have here, if you've been trading with Opinicus for a while, anytime we have a trend day, I like to get Fibonacci on that actual trend day's action to kind of see where are we in relation to any pullback that may be occurring. This morning, we're pulling back right into that 38% fib level, 4409.5. You can see it on the chart here. So all of this, the point is that all of this lines up for a great area of confluence to develop along. All we need is some type of signal. All we need is some type of entry. Now, post 10 a.m., you get the bounce. We retest session highs, and then it's pretty much just chop from there. Midday, you do get a bit of a pullback. I believe this was the intraday 50% retracement, bit of prior day structure there as well. But overall, this is, just some oscillation, some churn before CPI tomorrow, which is going to be a major market moving event. Now, if we take a look at where we're at on the daily chart, it's pretty straightforward, right? We traded on extremely low volume today. We're talking about, let's see here, 66% daily average volume with an inside day. And so, as always with the inside day, we just want to see what direction is the inside day breaking in. So if it breaks tomorrow, if price breaks today's high, it's a long, assuming there is acceptance above today's high, and vice versa. If it breaks below today's low with acceptance, well, it's going to be a short, probably down into that daily volume point of control or the near-term low there, that near-term structure low into the 43.50 area. Now, recent action is obviously quite bullish. One thing that buyers are kind of up against here is if we put a trend line right through here. Now, I'm not a trend line guy, but we can't ignore this, right? This is a series of lower highs still. We do have a change in character. We do have a structural change in the actual trend, but there's going to be a lot of eyes on this trend line here. So this is a reasonable area to start expecting a bit of a pullback, especially considering the magnitude of the move over the past couple of weeks. Now, does that mean this can't break out? Absolutely not. We can totally break out following CPI. Point is, stay nimble. There is still a bit of resistance through here. Main watch into tomorrow, again, is just a break of today's range. Very, very simple. You don't need to worry about trend line. You don't need to worry about anything else. Look for a break of today's range, and that'll pretty much keep you on the right side of things. Now, let's take a look at NQ. I have not looked at this all day. What are we working with here? Very similar, just an inside day. So for tomorrow, watch for a break of the inside day. If it breaks higher above this 15,600 level. You can pretty much go for 15,700, get 100 points out of it, maybe even that 15,850. I'm just grabbing the levels here off of the daily chart. Look left, get your levels on the chart right through there. If it breaks below, we've got pretty straightforward levels to be working with. Your daily volume point of control at right there into the 15,400 area. And then that prior structure low there into, call it 15,250. Pretty straightforward stuff for NQ. Again, same approach. Watch for a break of today's range, and that'll pretty much keep you on the right side of the trade. The one thing I do want to say about today's action is I do see a lot of traders kind of letting their bias cloud what it is that is happening within price, kind of cloud their action within the markets. Just follow price. It doesn't matter if you think price is overbought or anything like that. These are metrics that aren't really tradable. Price is the ultimate arbiter, and so if things are pushing higher, we want to be trading with the trend, right? So keep that in mind. Don't let your bias blind you about, things being overbought. Oh, this has to come in. It has to sell off here. It really does not. It really does not. There's that old saying, markets can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So just always keep that in mind. As traders, our goal is just to get paid, and the way we do that is just by focusing purely on price. So that said, as far as individual names is concerned, I'm looking at Boeing. Second day play here, not much follow through on the idea we were looking at for today, but it does have huge volume. So I want to see a bit of follow through there for tomorrow. We do have a bunch of technical setups, not a ton within the kind of catalyst list, but we do have a ton of technical setups. So I'll push through those right now. We're looking at Disney. There's an inside day, right? We just discussed the inside day. You should know what to do with that. We have DraftKings. This is a bullish setup. Post earnings breaks out of this essentially big range here, and now it's holding outside of that range. And so it's definitely a long bit of cooling off after such a massive trend move is normal and expected. We're looking for the next leg here in DraftKings. Do have LI. So LI gapped up on some deliveries last week, pulls back, fills the gap, now catching a bid. Again, we're looking for strength up through 40 on that one. RBLX, so essentially gaps up post earnings, bit of a sell-off, right? Catching a bid versus the 200 MA. So now some buying interest here. We want to see strength above 39 on RBLX. We also have ROKU. Very similar, right? Post earnings, super strong, bit of consolidation. Fast MA catches up. We're looking for a breakout above 85 there. And then Tesla. So this one trading on higher than average volume. We do have a bit of resistance here through 226. Just looking for a bit of a near-term breakout on that one, potentially into 230 with a gap fill, maybe 240, 242 area on Tesla. Then TTD, inside day on huge volume. So we talked about the inside day, know what to do there. And then we have U. So U, probably the best as far as individual names is concerned today. Excellent follow-through day on that U up into our posted PT1. Just looking for a continuation now up through 28.5. So that's pretty much the list for tomorrow. Main watch, as usual, is going to be the index. We want to see how this inside day breaks post CPI. So any questions on any of that, feel free to post in the chat. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and shut it down here. Hope everyone had a great day. Any questions at all? All right. Well, I will see you guys tomorrow morning for the pre-market prep live stream. Have a great afternoon. Take care.